welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a review of the entire Molton Brown Eau de Toilette range of fragrances. I have their Discovery set here. Of course, Molton Brown probably really well known for their body products and their amazing smells, and of course those smells come as eau de toilettes as well. So I'll take you through the whole range. They're all quite different and give you my first impressions. If you're new here, then welcome. We're all about perfume, so check out all my hundreds of other videos. And if you're a regular but you haven't subscribed yet, then do hit that subscribe button and show your support. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll leave links down below to where you can get this Discovery set and all the different perfumes from Molton Brown down below for the US, Canada, Australia, UK, Europe. So let's get into it. So Molton Brown, of course, is a British brand based out of London, and it has one of these like royal seals things that says by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, supplier of toiletries. So I don't know if that means the Queen has these or not, but there you go. And the set comes with this cute little I don't know what you call it, leaflet that takes you through all the different scents, so that's really helpful. So the one that I was wearing yesterday, I tried out, is called Jasmine Sun Rose, and this I found really interesting because it reminds me a lot of Coco Mademoiselle. It has that same floral, sophisticated smell to it. The Coco Mademoiselle is, of course, patchouli with a bit of orange and rose, whereas this is jasmine and rose. I do find it quite similar, so perhaps if you wear Coco Mademoiselle, you could get these body products to go with it, and I guess they're probably cheaper than the Coco Mademoiselle body products. It says, this fragrance has been created as a beautiful painting. The ingredients have been mixed like colours. Useful blushes of raspberry and peach contrast with the floral brushstrokes of betwiching jasmine and osmanthus. I don't get raspberry or peach. I do get osmanthus, jasmine, I get rose. Sunrose and musk in the background create a smooth canvas. Yeah, I get all the florals here. To me, this is a floral one. Maybe a little bit of the peach, but yeah, it's very similar to Coco Mademoiselle is how I describe that. Very nice, classy, sophisticated, nice one, great one to start with. So next we have Heavenly Ginger Lily. So this is a ginger perfume, and you really do get the ginger here, but it isn't a sharp ginger like some of the other big ginger perfumes like the Acqua Allegoria one from Guerlain, because it also has quite a lot of white florals in there. So jasmine, tuberose, you definitely get a bit of cardamom as well. So this is kind of like a slightly aromatic ginger. I'd say it's almost unisex, but not completely, but it's definitely clean. There's no fruitiness going on. The floralness is, you know, that gingery, florally, so it's like fresh. It feels a bit woody as well. The cedar and sandalwood. And the cedar is coming through more and more, and the longer it's been on the skin. But it's very fresh. It's very kind of like walking out in the countryside, in like a forest with ginger. I can imagine that the sort of body products would be very refreshing, but still have a warmth to them. So next we have Fiery Pink Pepper, which has this really lovely like pink sort of branding. This is definitely a pink pepper fragrance. Now pink pepper, of course, is not like your black pepper that's sort of like you get like a condiment with food. It's not that. It does have that same sort of spiciness to it. So again, it's like an aromatic-y pepperiness. This has ginger in again, it has patchouli, it has nutmeg in. This again feels very unisex to me. This is, or I'd say definitely unisex smell. It's warm nutmeg. It feels almost a bit sort of like an Arabian perfume because of those aromatic notes in there. Oriental notes, the nutmeg, feels quite edible, but yeah, it's quite heavy as well. Like I'd say this is more autumn winter. But yeah, it feels, if you like those unisex, you like things like nutmeg, and you like something to have a bit of a spice pepper to it, then I think you'd like this. I can imagine on the whole this is probably more favoured by men than women. So next we have Rosa Absolu. Now this one, when I read it before I tried it, it said it had like blackcurrant and strawberry and stuff, so I was quite excited. I love those notes, but it actually, to me, I basically just got all rose. This is a true quite heavy rose. So this isn't like a fresh sparkling rose like a Miss Dior Rose and Roses. This is like a proper intense winter rose, I guess, like really rose petals, dried roses, rose potpourri, that kind of smell. Not like a fresh garden rose. It's like a proper intense rose. So I think you definitely have to be a huge rose fan to like this, and if you do, then you'll probably love it, because you could just get the lotions, the shower gel, etc., and just become a walking rose. So next we have Orange and Bergamot. So this one again has a unisex vibe to it. It's very fresh. It smells a lot of orange. It has orange blossom in. It has neroli in. So rather than a lemony, it's a green neroli type lemon. Loads of orange, but it's like an orange peel, orange zest. And again, it has cardamom in, which gives it that unisex, slightly aromatic feel. So this isn't like a simple light, oh, I smell like an orange lemon. This is like a quite complex orange and bergamot with these different notes that come through. Bit of ylang ylang in, a little bit powdery. So again, very unisex. I'd say that this is universal. You could wear it all year round. It's not like some orangey lemon perfumes that are very fresh, made for like hot summer weather. This is a classy, almost bitter orange. So next we have one called Bushy Can, which is inspired by Thailand. Again, this has some lovely lemon in, but it has a lot of woody, cedary, almost mossy notes in as well. So this kind of reminds me of in the morning when you get the smell of like the Thai trees and sort of woodland and vegetation. It's kind of like that with a load of lemon as well. So this is a little bit more fresher. It's a little bit more almost aquatic orangey. It's like a lemon cordial, a fresh lemon with water, and then these woody notes. It also has a little bit of thyme in there as well to keep it quite green. Again, it's a bit aromatic, isn't it, with those sort of edible type notes in, slightly oriental, and again, definitely unisex. So next we have Coastal Cypress and Sea Fennel. So as you'd expect, this is a very sea-like, oceanic type smell. It's got cardamom in again, it has a lot of cypress in, and I'd say of all of these, this is probably the lightest of all of them. It's not necessarily the freshest, but it has that sea breeze type feel to it, but it came across quite light, it's not heavy. So this would be for if you're looking for something just very simple and light and fresh. Again, with those woody notes in, cardamom, it's unisex. And I'd say this isn't just like a aquatic sea smell. It has all these green notes in. So it's like being by the sea, but also by a lot of green vegetation. So next we have Recharge Black Pepper. Now this, quite unusual, it really does smell like black pepper. So this one is the black pepper that we use as a condiment, as a seasoning. I personally find this really quite masculine. It has ginger in, it has coriander in, vetiver, oat moss, all typical ingredients in a lot of male eau de toilette. So for me, this did feel quite masculine. It is fresh again, it's not heavy, but it feels just like a strong male fresh scent that would sort of linger and last, kind of an outdoorsy type scent. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like an office scent because it's got that mossy note in, but really peppery, that black pepper, which isn't something I personally look for in a perfume, but I could see how it would really work for for men. Another very masculine one is Tobacco Absolute, which of course has those tobacco smells in. It has a nice fig in though. Sometimes tobacco scents can be very heavy and leathery, whereas this has that fruitiness of the fig. It's also very woody, it has nutmeg in, so it is quite a well-rounded scent. Even though it's called Tobacco Absolute, you know, a more accurate name would be woody tobacco fig, if that makes sense. So don't stress that it's going to be, you don't want to smell like a cigarette, right? It's classy, it's interesting, and it does, but it doesn't have that intense leathery sort of men's smoking club smell to it, which I think is a good thing. And I can see that ladies that like this type of tobacco smell would like this. So next we have Mesmerizing Oud Accord and Gold. So this is very oudy. Oud, of course, is like a tree sap. It's a very Middle Eastern type smell, very oriental, aromatic, quite heavy, and it really comes through with this. You really get it. It's often in very expensive perfume, so I think if you like oud, this is the more affordable way to get it. And the gold in the name is referring to the honey ingredient in here, so it has a bit of sweetness, especially at first. I found this as sweet oud, and then it settled in to become more of a woody oud. It has tobacco in, it has ginger, so you start seeing these same ingredients being used in the Molton Brown fragrances. It has vetiver in, it has myrrh in. You know, personally I would say this is a very male fragrance, but I know lots of women like it as well. But yeah, I think a good affordable oud fragrance for oud fans. So next we have Russian Leather. Now this is a deep, sexy leather. It really does smell like a leather jacket. It's got some tobacco in, woody with birch, but it's a proper true leather smell. It's quite strong, it's quite heavy. One of the heaviest I'd say here in the range. The oud and this leather one are probably the two heaviest. It has some pine in. Again, it feels very macho, very male. That sort of biker leather jacket with that hint of tobacco that's carried through the years and ingrained in the leather. That's what this smells like. But I think this is quite good value for money. If you're looking for that type of smell, then these are more affordable than going and paying, you know, £100 for a leather fragrance. So that's it, guys. That's sort of taking you through the whole range. Overall, my impressions is that it's very unisex, and if anything, I'd say more towards the male side than the female side. The ones that sort of strike out as being particularly female are really just that rose one, and all the others felt very unisex, and some of them felt very male. They all felt very classy and high-end. None of them smelled cheap or silly or anything. They all felt expensive, and I think the body products are quite expensive, so I guess that's reflected. You get what you pay for. But yeah, it's classy, it's interesting. I can see why they're so successful, and I think they'd be quite good layering if you have a fragrance. You know, like I said, you have the Coco Mademoiselle one. Oh, that was another very female one. The Jasmine and Sun Rose. I think the body products would go great with your Coco Mademoiselle, or if you want like something gingery, you like your rosy perfumes, leathery, then you know they all have a very distinct identity, and they'd work well layering with other things. In terms of longevity, they are eau de toilette, but I have found particularly those heavier ones like the oud and the leather performed like an eau de parfum. They're quite heavy, whereas the more citrusy ones were lighter. The rose one was okay for lasting, actually. So overall, yeah, I'm impressed at the classiness and the quality, though I'd say personally they're not my taste in perfumes. Like the only ones I'd probably wear would probably be the one that's like Coco Mademoiselle, the Jasmine and Sun Rose. That's just my personal preference, so it doesn't mean they're good or bad. Cool, so guys, let me know what you think of Molton Brown. Do you use any of these? What do you think of the range? Do you think they're good value for money? Which is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. I do read all your comments. But that's it, guys, so keep your requests coming for more video ideas, and that's it. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.